Welcome to the Family Geekery Podcast, a podcast for geeks from a family of geeks. We talk about comics, video games, and anything else geeky. I'm Danny.
I'm Amber.
And I'm Chris.
And what we talking about today?
This week we're doing a little tribute to Sid Krofft, part of the Sid and Marty Krofft duo. We're going to talk about them and what they did. And unfortunately, we lost Sid Krofft just last week at a ripe age of like 97.
Wow.
96 or 97. So we thought it'd be fitting to do a little tribute, talk about their creations, and yeah. But before we do that,
Geeky Weeks.
Let's talk about our Geeky Weeks. Amber, you want to kick it off?
Sure. I did the Secrets of Strixhaven pre-release event. And I think there's going to be another one kind of also this week. So that was fun. I talked about the book last week. And the set was pretty fun. It's like a magical school, college type thing. And there was a cool thing about it where instead of like each box being completely random, like most pre-releases are, sometimes they'll do like seeded boxes, like with sets that have very obvious different sections, like different guilds or different schools like this one. So I picked the box that I play a lot of cards, like in Commander with. So I played a black-green because my squirrels are black-green. Didn't really open anything for squirrels, but that was fine because I still had fun. It's like a life gain kind of aggro deck, which was a lot different from what I usually play at pre-releases. So, and kind of different from how green and black usually play. So it was fun.
That's cool.
Nice.
Yeah. And that's all I did.
All right. Danny, what about you?
Well, let's see. I'm in the midst of my finals, so not too much going on. But Pit Finale came out.
Oh, yeah.
So finished that up. Watched it with my roommate. And then I started listening to Sunrise on the Reaping audiobook. Read it for a second time, to freshen up before a movie comes out in a few months. Because probably by the time I finish it, it'll be a few months from now. But I like to listen to it while I work out, so it's a good little fun, depressing time. But that's about it for me.
All right. And I started a new book, probably not of interest to either one of you. It's called Eccentric Orbits, and it's the history of iridium. Do you know what iridium is?
Is that your microcurrency you used to mine?
No.
Oh.
That would be Ethereum.
Oh.
Iridium is like the first satellite phone system.
Mm.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, they put, I don't know, like 70 or something satellites up in orbit, and it was revolutionary, but they didn't have a real good business model. So this is kind of the story of the company kind of failing, but then being, saved. And then, I don't know, they're still up there. I've used them before.
Why don't we see them in any of the pictures of Earth?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
That's a conspiracy for another podcast. But yeah, I've been reading that and been watching Tournament of Champions with your mom. That's always fun to watch cooking shows and see them, what they can create with strange ingredients. But that's about it. Haven't had a whole lot of time for playing games. So let's get on to the topic this week, which is, I guess the topic could be Sid and Marty Krofft, could be Krofft SuperShow, could be a little bit of everything. But before this assignment, tell me how much you knew or remembered or have recalled me talking about Sid and Marty Krofft in the past.
None.
No, not much.
I didn't know much about it or remember you talking about it until I watched a few things and remembered that you showed me an episode of Sigmund the Sea Monster.
Right. Showed you or forced you to watch, one of the two.
Yeah. I think that's the only show that I've seen
Okay.
before today.
I'm sure you probably mentioned Electro Woman and Dyna Girl when there was these two YouTubers that made a reboot of it.
Right.
Grace Helbig and Hannah Hart, who I used to watch a lot
And
around,
I
and
think
then
we
they
watched that
rebooted
together.
it. I think just the first episode or so. Maybe they had it behind like a paywall or something that we didn't have. But
I think it was a web series, and we only watched the first episode of it. But
yeah, but I don't remember it at all.
yeah, I
It
tried
must not
to.
have been great.
I tried to sprinkle some of this goodness to you guys. Of course, that's kind of the premise of this whole podcast, is sharing the geeky stuff that I grew up with you guys, and hopefully it has some effect on the younger generation. But this Sid and Marty Krofft, they were born in Canada. They were entertainers, I guess, in the vaudeville years. Sid was involved with the Ringling Brothers Circus as far as doing like a puppet show type thing. So they're mostly known as puppeteers. And along the way, somewhere, they got asked to design some characters and sets for Hanna-Barbera. And they had a show in the late 60s, early 70s called Banana Splits. Do you guys know anything about Banana Splits?
Yeah, I know Banana Splits.
So the most notably for their song, the tra-la-la,
Yeah,
la-la-la.
that played on Cartoon Network or Boomerang, whichever one.
Yep.
Like a bunch.
And I just remember watching, the monkeys, I guess, slide down the water slides and run around and have that song playing the whole time. So I didn't realize that was a show that predated me, so obviously I was watching it in syndication of some sort. But they designed the sets and the costumes and stuff for that. And based on their experience doing that, they created their own TV series, HR Puff and Stuff. And then as that became popular, then they combined a whole bunch of shows together into the Krofft SuperShow, which was a hour-long show that was Saturday morning, cartoon type stuff for my age. And this would have been in the 70s, where they'd put, I think, 15-minute segments of different shows stitched together with, I don't know if any of you happened to watch like the season 1, episode 1
I did.
of this show that was in on YouTube.
Yeah.
But it was stitched together with the Captain Cool and the Kongs. So Captain Cool and the Kongs was a band for this show. And very, very 70s, right? Bell bottoms, roller skates, that kind of stuff. And all of that stuff, if you noticed, it was all filmed. All those segments were filmed in that Atlanta skyscraper thing that they built the land of Sid and Marty Krofft.
Like the shopping mall thing?
The theme park that we've seen. I think I've watched a Defunct Land on it years ago, and then we heard the guy at the recent GalaxyCon talk about the failure of that particular theme park, but that was filmed there.
Now I've got a question about this. What's it called? Super Show?
Okay.
So it was an hour long, and it was an hour long on YouTube. Does that mean there were no ads? They were not advertising ads to children?
That's a good question. There had to be ads.
Okay.
Maybe it was an hour and a half long. I'm not sure.
Okay. So I'm like, how did we get from that to shoving toys down kids' throats?
Right. Oh yeah, running time 90 minutes for season 1.
Okay.
Wow.
So 4 15-minute episodes stitched in with the Captain Cool and the Kongs, which was a little cringy for today, but also very funny. and then, yeah, time for ads as well.
Good, because we got to make money.
Now, before we talk about any of the shows, let me tell you a little quick bit of nifty knowledge about Sid and Marty Krofft. So they built this HR Puffin stuff, very colorful land, very notable characters, very popular. Kids loved it. And a little company named McDonald's contacted them. We're like, hey, we're thinking about having you guys create for us something for McDonald's.
Grimace?
And they're like, okay, we can talk about that. We're interested. So McDonald's said, well, we'll get back in touch with you. We'll write up a contract. They contacted them later. They're like, yeah, we're ready to go with this. Let's create something. We want you to create a world and some characters and stuff for us. They're like, okay. When do we start? So we'll be back in touch with you. McDonald's contacted them again and said, we changed our mind.
Oh.
We're not going to do this thing after all. So we've gone and we decided we don't need this type of thing.
Oh, really?
Well, imagine
Grimace
the surprise.
Shake on their faces, huh?
Imagine the surprise when the Krofft brothers happened to see commercials which look just like HR Puffin stuff, which include McDonald Land with all the McDonald characters that you know and love. Hamburglar, Grimace,
Nugget
Mayor
Boy.
McCheese. So put Mayor McCheese next to HR Puffin stuff, the mayor of his land. And
Oof.
there's some similarities. So in the process, McDonald's hired designers from the Sid and Marty Krofft show. They hired actual voice actors from HR Puffin stuff show
What?
and created all those characters.
They scooped the show.
Yep. So
Wow.
Sid and Marty Krofft
Something similar happened in the Five Nights at Freddy's lore.
the lore.
Yeah.
Well, the Krofft brothers did sue McDonald's. They went to court. The court found in their favor not just copyright infringement, but damages because in the process of creating McDonald Land and these colorful characters, they started scooping up a bunch of licensing deals that HR Puffin stuff had. So for other commercial deals and merchandise and even like the Ice Capades, there was an HR Puffin stuff Ice Capades, and it got replaced by the McDonald Land Ice Capades.
What's an ice capade?
Like Disney on Ice.
Okay.
So like an ice skating show.
And there was a McDonald's one?
Yep.
What?
So
Dude,
they won that.
Mascot stuff is crazy.
They
Bring
won
us FNAF on ice.
Yeah.
FNAF on Ice.
And they turn the lights off every now and then.
Hor. Sorry, everything's FNAF.
So the courts found in their favor, and they ended up winning $1 million,
Nice.
which is probably a drop in the bucket at the time for McDonald's. They probably figured they won that battle as well. Because do you guys know who Grimace and Mayor McCheese and Hamburglar are? I mean,
Yeah.
they weren't necessarily, commercials when you were growing up.
Mm-mm.
But you know who they are.
They were just stickers on the play place.
Right. Oh yeah, and all the play places had, all the rides were those characters. You probably didn't know anything about HR Puffin stuff before this, so I think
But I knew Grimace.
McDonald's won the merchandising war.
Yeah.
So I had you guys just go out on YouTube and look for anything related to Sid and Marty Krofft and the Krofft SuperShow. So why don't we talk about what you guys found and watched?
Okay.
All right, who wants to go first?
Sure.
All right, Danny.
The first thing I watched, I just scrolled through YouTube and watched a few things. I first watched the It was like episode 1 of Sid and Marty's Did You Know? Episode 1, Krofft SuperShow. And it was like a bunch of like fun facts. So I learned that they had an amusement park.
Yep.
They had Wonder Bug, which is one of the shows. The car
Oh boy.
went missing.
Uh-oh.
What? Did they find it?
It said, did you know the car used for Wonder Bug went MIA? If you've seen a red car, red buggy, please return it.
Oh no.
They had like one band that did like most of their songs. So that was just a few of the things. And then because of that, I watched episode 1 of Wonder Bug.
Nice.
Oh boy. Is that the one in the western town?
Yes.
Oh.
Should I give my opinions now or
Sure.
later? Well, I was a little confused because they showed up to this, ghost thing, ghost western town, and then their car like breaks down, and they're like, okay, let's just push it. So they push it forever, and then they get to where they want to go, and they're like, now let's turn it into Wonder Bug and fly.
Yeah.
I'm like, then what? Why'd you just push it for miles? So that was kind of funny. And then what else did I watch? I started to watch the Bugaloos, but I didn't get through it. But they were a little scary.
Yeah.
What?
Kind of nightmare fuel.
Yeah. But yeah, I watched those 3 things.
So a couple notes on that. One, I watched a thing that was like the best and worst of the Krofft SuperShow, and
yeah.
Wonder Bug was the first thing that they listed as the worst.
Oof.
Little bit of trivia: three characters on that show, right? The
Yeah.
kind of nerdy looking guy, the blonde chick, and then the kind of disco looking dude.
Yeah.
Did you know that the disco-looking dude went on after this show to continue his showbiz career?
His name looked familiar, but I didn't recognize it.
I hope not, because he switched into the porn industry.
Oh, maybe not then.
Maybe not.
That's a weird step from Wonder Bug.
From kids' show, yeah.
Well,
Okay, dude.
I think he had a long career in that industry.
keep it in the show business.
That's
You
right.
probably made more money.
Probably.
All right, Amber, how about you?
I started with Wonder Bug. I don't know why. It was 13 minutes long, and I was like, okay, I'll start with this and see what's up. Watched the same episode as Danny. I thought it was very strange. Also pointing out, like, why wouldn't they just change to Wonder Bug right there? But, yeah, that was good-ish. And then I went to watch, Electro Woman and Dyna Girl because of the reboot that I was a little bit familiar with.
Cool.
And so I watched episode 1 of that. And then I realized that those were just the first, like, 2 of the things that were in the first episode of the Krofft SuperShow. So then I just went and watched that.
Okay.
The whole thing. But there was a funny... the Electro Woman show was so funny. It starts with, like, we're in the prison with the most horrible criminals in history. Such as this man. Just the way they said it. It's like, most horrible criminals. This man. And it was kind of cringy. Cool that they got a tiger. They got a live tiger to kind of sit, and then they just took pictures of him and showed pictures of him on the show.
Oh.
They had a couple of clips of him actually walking, but poor tiger had to sit in a tiny cage. And then and it was really funny. The villain's like, we've got a man-eating tiger. And then Dyna Girl's like, we're lucky it's only a man-eating tiger.
Oh.
What? And these two ladies are like the same age, but one of them is Electra Woman and the other one is Dinah Girl. Like,
Right.
What?
So it's obviously a ripoff of Batman and Robin. Same, I guess Batman and Robin before that in the 60s. But if you notice any of the like action sequences or stuff like that, they had the camera was askew, and that was typical of the 1960s and 70s Batman TV show, the original TV show. Anytime there was like a fight going on, the camera would be like at a 45-degree angle or something. And when people are running around the corner, it'd be on a different angle. So they did the same thing in this show. So it was definitely a play on that, or a ripoff basically of that. Boy Wonder.
It was funny though. At one point there was like a box that was glowing green, and then whenever a character walked in front of it, the box stopped glowing and then started glowing again once the character went past it. But so then after I watched that, I went and just watched the entire first episode of the Super Show, skipping those parts that I had already seen. And so that had the first episode of Dr. Shrinker, and then the first episode of Lost Saucer?
Lost Saucer, yep.
Yeah. That one was weird. I didn't like that one that much. Dr. Shrinker was also kind of bad. But it had the best theme song, I think, out of the shows that I watched.
Oh, so. Yeah. I can remember my sister and I running around the house singing that song. Like when it was coming on, Dr. Shrinker, Dr. Shrinker, Dr. Shrinker.
It was very good. I think it holds up. Let's reboot Dr. Shrinker. They had a cute monkey in that one. So it was giving me like Texas Chainsaw Massacre vibes a little bit, because it was like a girl and her like brother that was like getting like picked on.
Oh,
and then some guy who I couldn't tell if he was related or supposed to be a potential love interest for the girl. So couldn't tell. But that's basically the lineup in Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So so it was silly, but yeah.
Yeah, that was not. I think that was on the best and worst list as not being one of the best. It was one of the worst. I
can see why.
It was, I guess they crashed on that island, and like every episode was the same thing. They'd get captured, they'd escape, they'd get captured, they'd escape. So not a very deep show.
Yeah.
Now did you notice in Electra Woman and Dinah Girl, did Electra Woman look familiar to you?
I looked online and saw she's in Days of Our Lives.
Yeah, she was on that show for probably 40 years or so. Deirdre Hall is her name.
Yeah.
Very famous soap opera actress. And then I didn't remember the Lost Saucer until I watched it and saw the android, if that's what you want to call them, the android costumes in the Lost Saucer. As soon as I saw those, it instantly brought me back, and I remembered not necessarily the premise of the show, but I remembered those costumes. Now
it's giving Doctor Who for kids.
Yeah, it is. They are kind of traveling time and space.
But maybe I just like missed the theme song for that one, because I had no clue what happened to them. Why are there two kids that are presumably not related, and two adults that are also not related to them?
Yeah, it's a kid and his babysitter. Okay. And then it's two androids.
Oh, they're androids.
Yep.
And then horse Dorsey.
Oh,
you can't forget the dog horse.
Dog looking thing, yeah.
That's just a guy in a costume.
Right. Yeah. Now the guy android on that, extremely famous actor, Jim Nabors, who was Gomer Pyle in the Andy Griffith Show, and then he was so popular from that they made a Gomer Pyle TV show.
And then he did this show.
Right.
Okay.
But lots of other things in
Gotta pay the
meantime.
bills. Gotta keep the lights on.
And then the female, she was famous from a comedy variety show.
She was like the only good actor on. I guess both of the androids were good actors, but
Yeah.
the kids were not good but funny.
Right. So neither of you got to watch probably one of the most popular and probably the most well-respected TV show, which was Land of the Lost.
I was thinking about it.
I didn't see that one come up in my brief search.
Is that the competition show?
That's the father and his
Oh, never mind.
son and daughter are rafting down a river and then end up falling into a world that has like dinosaurs and stuff.
Whoa, that sounds cool.
And that was rebooted in 2008, just before the other two reboots that you were referencing before. Except this reboot had Will Ferrell. Yep. So it was actually a pretty big production,
Wow.
mainstream movie theaters and everything. But that was definitely a show that I remembered probably the most, besides HR Puff and stuff, because it's kind of hard to forget those LSD hallucinations. But it was definitely the one that had the storyline that you were so like interested in, and like what's going to happen to them next. And so the character development on that was a lot better. The storyline was much better, and I guess the acting wasn't too bad on that one.
Kids don't care about that stuff, though.
Yeah, I don't care. We got to see dinosaurs and the humans reacting to the dinosaurs on green screen. I think they were like claymation dinosaurs that were probably small models, but then green screened up to make them look really big.
Good old 70s sci-fi. Special effects.
Yep. So you started watching the Bugaloos, but dropped off of that one.
Yeah, I was watching it as I was waiting for us to start, but I was turned away by their costumes.
Now I think that was one of your aunt's favorite shows of this group.
It looked cute, like fairies.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
There are some fairies.
and they
yeah.
were a band.
What's wrong with little fairies?
Oh, it's giving Capital in the Hunger Games.
Oh my god! What is that costume? Wow. I like their car better than the Wonder Bug, though. Now that's a Wonder Bug. Ha 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 ha. Get it?
Oh.
It's a bug car.
Yeah, and a lot of these shows, like this one and HR Puff and stuff, had kind of a weird witch kind of lady as the bad guy. And I think they were borrowed from the the Wicked Witch of the West. But especially the witchy poo from HR Puff and stuff, I think that character must have influenced Dr. Doofenshmirtz, because Witchy Poo was always trying to take over whatever the name of the land was that Mayor McCheese, HR Puff and stuff was, ruling over, and Witchy Poo kind of wanted to take that over, but was always foiled.
She looks mad ripped off from the Wicked Witch.
Yeah.
Flip it around. Wicked
Madam
Witch.
Marble.
Wait, so what is HR Puff and stuff, and why does he look like that?
Good question.
Okay.
You'd have to ask the Krofft brothers.
It's weird that you had live action shows growing up. Like, with weird costumes. I don't know, the only thing that we had was Barney, and Barney's normal.
Is he?
The show is.
Okay.
It's kids playing on a park. These are kids traveling time. We had cartoons do that.
Well, HR Puff and stuff is a dragon.
Oh, he's a dragon?
Yeah. And the mayor of Living Island. And I think Witchy Poo was always trying to get the flute from Jimmy. Jimmy had like a magic flute, which is, I think, how he got to Living Island.
Jimmy.
Jimmy's the little boy. The little British boy.
Hmm.
And I think Freddie the Flute.
The flute had a name?
Yep, because it talked.
What?
And Witchy
I don't
Poo,
know why we didn't watch HR Puff and stuff.
Witchy Poo wanted to get this magic flute.
Okay.
So yeah, if you want to deep dive into some of these shows, I think HR Puff and stuff would be the one to watch.
Which one was your favorite?
Yeah, I think HR Puff and stuff was probably the most notable. I think Land of the Lost would be up there in that also. Those would probably be the two. But I often get, the brain fog on these things because the Banana Splits was actually part of a Banana Splits Adventure Hour, which had shows on it also. So I would get those shows mixed up with these shows. There's one like Adventure Island or something like that. That was all like a Tarzan like themed show. And I'd get that confused with, was that on the the Krofft SuperShow or whatnot. Let me just tell you, it was a good time to be alive.
I can see.
Well, anything else on Sid and Marty Krofft and their creations? They do have a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Oh, that's awesome.
In case you were concerned, they do.
I think they deserve it. I mean, they put a lot of creativity into these, like, characters. And I think the music from the Super Show, kind of banger. Like the fire song, the fireman come put out the fire song. That was good. I think it was like between the Shrinker and the Lost Saucer.
Oh yeah, I didn't.
If I could remember.
I must have fast forwarded past that.
Why would you fast forward through that? That's the best part. And then Captain Cool made Turkey go get him a hot dog. And they bullied Turkey. Poor Turkey.
Now they, after these children's shows, they were hired to do other things throughout the years. They did some TV shows in the 80s. I think they helped out with the reboots of the Land of the Lost, Electra Woman, and HR Puff, probably not the web series one.
Well, when I looked on the website that I looked at, it showed both the Electra Womans as, like, being part of, like...
Okay, so maybe they did.
I think it was their website, because there was stuff that wasn't, like, the Land of the Lost reboot, I don't think was on that.
Cool. And they did a original series for Nickelodeon called Mutt and Stuff from 2015 to 2017.
What?
We must have missed that one.
Yeah, because we were old.
But yeah, they got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. They got a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Emmys. That's something to be proud of.
Yeah.
And they got a TV Land Pop Culture Award presented by Will Ferrell in 2009.
Oh.
Must have been
promotion for the
yeah, promoting the show
or the movie.
The movie. All right, well, I guess that's gonna wrap it up for this. Are you guys happy that you got to take a little look into the world of Sid and Marty Krofft?
Yeah, it was interesting.
It brought me back to my Boomerang days.
Yeah.
I think I still prefer the Banana Splits though.
Can't go wrong with Hanna-Barbera.
And what was the band that we had? With the blue guy and the pink girl and the yellow guy. You remember that one, Danny?
Yo Gabba Gabba?
No, Yo Gabba Gabba was good though. But what was that one? I'm gonna look it up real quick. The Doodle Bops.
Oh, I remember the Doodle Bops.
The Doodle Bops.
Wow.
The Cool Kong. What were they called?
Yeah.
Captain Cool and the Kongs.
Captain Cool and the Kongs walked so the Doodlebops could crawl. I don't think they were very popular.
You gotta now look at everything and see how much influence they had on even the stuff that you grew up with.
I mean, we didn't have weird ghost shows.
You didn't have dune buggies that would turn into flying dune buggies?
Was that before Herbie? Did Herbie rip off Wonderbug? Or did Wonderbug rip off Herbie?
I think Wonderbug ripped off Herbie.
Ah.
But it was very popular time for things that would transform into other things.
You don't say. They should turn that into a toy.
They should. There'd be more than meets the eye. All right, well, let's wrap up this episode.
Let's roll out.
Let us know, listeners, what your favorite Sid and Marty Krofft creation was. Let us know what your favorite song was. There were some bangers.
Mm-hmm.
Send us an email, podcast@familygeeker.com, or hit us up on our socials. But that's going to wrap it up for this episode. We thank you, as always, for listening. And until next time, peace out.
Peace out.
And geek out.
Thank you for listening to the Family Geekery podcast. For more information, visit www.familygeekery.com. Don't forget to subscribe at your favorite podcast provider. And until next time, peace out and geek out.